Instead of our usual midweek injury report, we got this.
I'm going to pass on talking about injuries. Since Rich, he's not here, has all the answers, so you guys can get all the injuries from Rich.
Are you a candidate for IR, or is that not something you want to?
Ask Rich.
I'm asking you.
Well, I'm telling you to ask Rich.
He's not here, though. AG,
Well, you better call him.
No disrespect to you or Rich, but like we want to hear from you. You know, like that.
You guys have been here. You guys have been hearing from me, but now since we're just reporting stuff, that I haven't said, then maybe you should ask him.
Thanks, everybody. See you on the field.
Awkward. Super awkward. If you're confused about the situation, let's back it up a little bit. Rich Cimini, after the Browns game, after Garrett Wilson came out of the Browns game, Rich Cimini reported, per anonymous sources, that Garrett Wilson got his knee scoped and he's going to be out 3 to 4 weeks. There was no surgery that's needed. It was just rehab. He was basically saying that there was no major issues, no tears and whatnot. That's a big deal. Having your number one wide receiver out is a big deal. He is, outside of Breece Hall, your best weapon on offense. Aaron Glenn has an issue with that information coming out. Aaron Glenn has been trying his hardest, at least from my perspective, to change the perception of the Jets, change the perception of the front office. He wants one message going out into the public. He doesn't want guys on social media talking about what's going on inside the team. And he wants to kill the sources that are coming out of the building, the leaks that are getting out of the building. By this time last season, we already had that Diana Rossini, Zach Rosenblatt bombshell article about Aaron Rodgers and Woody Johnson. That hasn't happened yet. And honestly, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji have done a good job in breaking down those leaks and stopping that from the building. That's great. Throughout training camp, it's been pretty quiet. But when you go up there and you create distractions yourself by fighting the media at the podium, that is not conducive to building a new culture. I mean, you got rid of Aaron Rodgers because he didn't fit the culture that you wanted, and you didn't like the distraction that came along with Aaron Rodgers. Well, now Aaron Glenn is creating those distractions himself at the podium. He did not need to say, I'm going to pass on injuries since Rich has all the answers. I mean, it was super awkward. Everybody kind of starts laughing, but like Aaron Glenn just has this dead serious look on his face. And someone asks him, is Wilson a candidate for IR? Glenn fires back, ask Rich. They say he's not here. And he says, well, call him. He is so pissed about this. And it causes issues with the media now. I mean, the media was already kind of ganging up on him. We only have 2 wins and it's week 10. And now you're creating more distractions, I feel. And that's not good for building the culture of the team. It's just not. Rich Cimini is just doing his job, guys. I've had Cimini on this podcast before. He was very cordial. He was very nice, answered all my questions. It was a great video. I loved having him on. I have no issues with Rich Cimini. I have no issues with him reporting with what he got. If he gets a source, he's going to report on it. That's huge news. Garrett Wilson being out 3 to 4 weeks is huge news. He has to report on that. It's honestly, Aaron Glenn should not be taking shots at Rich Cimini. He should be taking shots at whoever leaked that information at Rich Cimini behind closed doors. He needs to figure out who let that go to the media and shut it down immediately. That's where his anger and his frustration should be targeted at. That's my perspective on basically the whole situation. But I understand why he's frustrated that the information got out, right? I mean, 3 to 4 weeks is a long time. He was already missed the Bengals game. They didn't put him on IR because you had the trade deadline and you had, not the trade deadline, you had the bye week coming up. So he had an extra week to rehab without worrying about having to play. He only played a little bit in the Browns game, had to come out, re-injured the same knee, and now he's going to be out potentially 3 to 4 weeks. And honestly, Aaron Glenn has not said he's going to be out 3 to 4 weeks yet. That's strictly from Rich Cimini. Everybody is assuming it's 3 to 4 weeks. I'm sure Aaron Glenn wanted to use Garrett Wilson's injury the same way he's using The quarterback controversy, where he's not naming a starting quarterback. I mean, they have a short week. They're playing tomorrow. Justin Fields is going to be the quarterback. Everybody knows Justin Fields is going to be the quarterback. There's no reason to put Tyrod in. I don't think he's going to be ready. I mean, I could be wrong. Right? The Jets have done crazier things. But from a coaching standpoint, why wouldn't you want to keep your number one receiver kind of up in the air for the defense? Week by week, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? That changes the game planning that the defense has to do against your offense. It makes it harder when Garrett Wilson is on the team, on the field. It makes it easier when he's not on the field. I mean, we're literally looking at Josh Reynolds, Arian Smith, Tyler Johnson, Alan Lazard, Isaiah Williams, Mason Taylor. We have no idea about Adonai Mitchell yet. We saw a little bit of Mechie last week. It's a huge opportunity for Adonai Mitchell if he can actually play. But I get it from both sides. Rich got a source telling him huge news about the Jets' number one wide receiver. He has to report on it. There's no way he can't report on it. But coaches get frustrated at things like that, especially when an injury leaks happen before they've talked to players, before they've talked to the media. The reality is this kind of outburst, though, puts more attention on the story than it does on the players. And it makes us look more foolish. It makes us look like we have more distractions in the building. We're already dealing with losing with Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams. And now their top Wilson, Garrett Wilson, is out. Glenn's frustrated. He's frustrated at that. But to take it out on Rich Cimini is not the way to go about it. It just isn't. He's got to figure out who leaked that and shut it down. You can't have these awkward moments at the podium. Ever since he got here, Aaron Glenn has been trying to be the man in charge. And he has been. He has been. He's the guy that he wants everybody to go through him for information. That's how we saw it with Parcells. That's how he sees it with Sean Payton. That's the coach that he wants to be. The Jets historically, and the Jets media, and the Jets fans historically have not gotten information that way, at least in the last decade and a half, last 15 years. That's not how we have gotten information. We've gotten information through leaks, through sources, through athletic articles, and not from the team. And that is how a football organization is supposed to run. And that's what Aaron Glenn is trying to instill. That is the type of philosophy, the type of culture he's trying to bring here. So I understand him getting frustrated, but he can't get frustrated at that at the podium. It's not a good look. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, who do you put the blame on more? Do you put the blame on Rich Cimini? I don't. Do you put the blame more on Aaron Glenn? I kind of lean more that way. Do you think this is a big deal in general? I mean, 3 to 4 weeks. Garrett Wilson being out 3 to 4 weeks has huge ramifications for offensive game planning and Tanner Angstrand and the draft. Right? We have the Patriots coming up. We got the Ravens coming up. We got the Falcons after that. This is huge. Call me a tanker, call me a loser, call me whatever you want. I have been on this program saying it multiple times. I want to lose as many games as possible. Okay? I think Fernando Mendoza can come here and change everything. I think Ty Simpson can come here and change everything. But you need to be in the position to get that guy. And that's a conversation, that's a video for another day. And Garrett, just sit. Just sit. Don't worry about your stats. You're extended. You're not going anywhere. Darren Muji, when he picked up the phone, and someone said, I want Garrett Wilson, he was untouchable. He was untouchable. Why? I think it's because he's worth more in gold to a rookie quarterback coming in 2026. Same conversation goes with Brees. They got to extend him. But just sit down, Garrett. Just sit. Rest up. It's fine. We don't need to see you busting your ass. I don't need to see Brees Hall either busting his ass for a 2-win team. I don't. I'm looking further down the line. I'm looking towards the future. I want that draft pick. But I get the frustration of Aaron Glenn. I get that he's trying to change the perspective of the team or what people think of this team. And when stuff like that happens, it's not good. It's not good for the team's image. It's not good for his image. It's not good for the image of the players. Let me know what you think.